guy. He's a fucking monster,
But I respect
bro.
it though because
I'm
he's
just
very
gonna fucking die, bro.
This is the first time. Hold on, this is the first time I ever heard you say any of this.
Jake Paul is reportedly feeling the heat as Anthony Joshua unleashes terrifying training sessions ahead of his next fight. The YouTuber turned boxer can't hide his nerves watching AJ's raw power and ruthless preparation. Whispers of a showdown between Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua have exploded into full-blown speculation.
Jake Paul's manager here last week, and he's open to the fight. Any developments on that?
Lots. I mean, you know, this bizarre world that we live in, I think Jake Paul is absolutely the front runner to fight Anthony Joshua next. I'm here in New York for meetings about that fight. There's an open dialogue between myself and Nikisa, an MVP. I don't know what to tell you, Bridgie, other than it's mental. I mean, I can't sit here and tell you this is a 50-50 matchup. The whole thing is bizarre. I think it's extremely dangerous for Jake Paul. You know, I've got the general feedback is the boxing world saying, please, AJ, go in and evaporate this young man from the boxing world so we can all get on as normal. You've got Jake Paul fans thinking bizarrely they can beat Anthony Joshua. And the most bizarre thing out of everything is that Jake Paul genuinely believes he will beat.
Promoter Eddie Hearn has dubbed Paul a massive frontrunner and confirms that serious discussions are underway with both camps eyeing early 2026 for clash. Anthony Joshua, a seasoned heavyweight champion, has consistently demonstrated his commitment to excellence through rigorous training sessions. His regimen includes intense strength and conditioning workouts, sparring sessions with top-tier opponents, and a focus on both physical and mental preparation.
Right now.
I think he's an icon.
Yeah.
Like if I ever met AJ, I would be starstruck. I remember being in New York City, my cousin's stag do, which would have been 2017, and he beat Klitschko.
Yeah.
And it was like, I mean, the bar erupted. It was amazing, right? That was peak.
Peak AJ.
History will be kind to AJ, I think, in terms of where he
History will
ranks.
be kind if he doesn't lose a couple more big ones. Because I know everyone just got microwave memories where they just remember now.
Like he's nowhere near to say Lennox Lewis, is he?
No.
But in terms of what he carried, nobody can sell an arena.
Yeah.
Nobody.
That's
like
the
he's
thing.
up there with like stars of other he can be compared to Oasis for selling tickets.
Yeah, he'll fill a stadium.
Yeah, like
there was a time when I thought he could fight me and fill a stadium.
This
like,
is what I was
literally,
just about to say that, irrespective of the opposition.
Doesn't matter.
Like irrespective. And he will never, nobody, I don't know, Daniel Dubois will never ever have that presence.
Joshua has consistently demonstrated his commitment to facing top-tier opponents, notably stepping into the ring with Alexander Usyk, a former undisputed cruiserweight champion and a formidable force in the heavyweight division. Their first encounter in September 2021 at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium saw Usyk clinch a unanimous decision victory, outpointing Joshua with superior technique and precision. While Paul has showcased commendable athleticism and a strong work ethic, his experience in the ring pales in comparison to that of seasoned professionals like Joshua. Paul's training sessions, though intense, have primarily focused on building endurance and refining basic boxing techniques.
The belts were finally out of my possession, which I was expecting to win. It just kind of tore me apart. And that's raw emotion live on your screen. Obviously, looking back, could I have dealt with things better? Yeah, of course. But at the time, that wasn't the priority. It was just outpour of emotion.
There are so many athletes we're seeing across gymnastics, cricket, rugby and football that have taken time out of their sport to deal with their mental health before coming back in.
Yeah.
Did you at any point in that period think, I need to take an extended break away from boxing before coming back in?
It wasn't the fact I needed to take a break. You know what it was? I actually watched a lot of like fighters, they've taken time out of the game for those reasons as well. And I think, okay, if they've done it, I should be doing it. But I got to look at myself as an individual. And what it is, I feel like if I take time out, I'm letting everyone catch up. And I want to be ahead of the game.
Boxing analysts and experts have widely criticized the proposed fight between Anthony Joshua and Jake Paul, deeming it a dangerous mismatch. Prominent figures like Eddie Hearn have warned that the bout poses significant risks to Paul given the vast disparity in experience and skill between the two fighters. Hearn emphasized that Joshua's elite punching power and extensive professional background make him a formidable opponent, and facing him could be perilous for Paul. The buzz around a potential Anthony Joshua versus Jake Paul clash has left boxing pundits fuming.
Fighter? No. Still not?
Wow, really?
We're also like
punch each other and like elbow, like he was on the ground, I was like kneeing him in the face. Like.
So you get fighting your sibling to a whole nother level.
Training wrestling is so hard.
Yeah.
Dana has always been close to my family because of my dad. Then he's like texting Daniel Cormier and like, hey, like Bellemere needs to go to college. Where should he go? I was literally cage side sitting next to Dana. The arena, like I literally like get goosebumps sometimes like thinking of it. I've never heard an arena so loud. Like my last fight, I broke the girl's arm in the first round, like minute something. Complete snap, like ripped every ligament in her elbow.
I want professional boxers. It's only been 3.5 years. You can only make a certain amount of fights happen. And the plan was always to fight Nate Diaz after Tommy Fury, win, lose, or draw. People think there's like this ducking of professional boxers. The next fight could potentially be a professional boxer. I'm just getting started. I'm 26 years old, and there's only so much.
Calling it reckless, foolish, and a step into the extreme. Analysts argue that the fight's mismatch in experience and power isn't just imprudent, but also borders on irresponsible. While the commercial lure is undeniable, the health and credibility risks for Paul loom large, making the match feel like a thrill-seeking gamble rather than a legitimate sport. Tony Bello, ever the outspoken voice in boxing.
Yeah, I just said in another interview, great if it is. I mean, if it is, then you've got no problem seeing it. But when AJ, I mean, decapitate's a strong word, but you know, when he renders Jake Paul unconscious like he did to Francis Ngannou, don't then say, oh well, it was Jake Paul. Do you know what I mean? I mean, when AJ beat Francis Ngannou, Ngannou just had a fight that could have gone either way with Tyson Fury. Then AJ poleaxed him, and everyone just said he's just an MMA fighter. Do you know what I mean? Jake Paul's not Francis Ngannou. But as I said before, if you want to see Jake Paul exit the boxing world, make the fight.
Let's talk about AJ ever so quickly. I watched Jake Paul the weekend. I feel a bit dirty saying that because I'm not a fan of his, but he did say after the fight that he's sort of having DMs or he's dropping text messages to AJ. They're having a chat about a potential fight. What's your view on that, Eddie?
Well, look, he's calling out Gervonta Davis, who is a 135-pound lightweight, and he's calling out Anthony Joshua, that's a heavyweight monster. I think Jake Paul is crazy enough to fight Anthony Joshua because the money would be absolutely obscene. It's a catastrophic mismatch that people would tune in to watch because it would lead to the end of Jake Paul. Hopefully not literally, but it's that dangerous that, you know, it's a fight that I don't think should really happen, if I'm honest. I would say about Jake Paul, and I've said this in a couple of interviews today, I do think you start after giving him a margin of respect. You know, I think this guy is going through the motions, he's putting the hard spars in. He just went 10 rounds with, yes, a washed-up fighter, but a former world champion that did train for that fight. But they're very clever in terms of the opponents that they pick. They're not going to gamble unless the money's out of control. And it wouldn't surprise me if Jake Paul, wanted to move forward with an Anthony Joshua fight. Honestly, AJ's coming tonight. He's not exactly looking at Jake Paul going, oh, that's my dream opponent. No. Would he go in there and give him a hiding for, you know, a massive chunk of money? Probably. I'd be saying, yeah, go.
Fired back at the showdown between Anthony Joshua and Jake Paul, calling it absolutely dangerously insane. He voiced serious concern over the mismatch in size and experience, warning that it's more of a spectacle than a legitimate challenge. Belly went further, suggesting more credible and safer alternative for Joshua will be a bout with Canelo Alvarez, drawing his discomfort for even entertaining the idea of Paul as a worthy opponent. Bellew has consistently criticized Jake Paul for his approach to boxing, particularly his celebrity-driven antics.
Level. This is a really dangerous... He ain't fighting a granddad. He isn't fighting a grandfather. It's absolute lunacy. It's insane. It's dangerously insane. Is right. And I never thought I'd say that in my lifetime, but because he says some crazy shit. But he probably could knock him out with his bell end.
It's just a gross mismatch.
Yeah.
Like, you don't understand his health is in jeopardy. So I'm not even entertaining it. I just think it's dangerous. And listen, I might have to work it, but it's just...
It's kind of ludicrous, isn't it, really?
It's insane. This boy is nuts. Is nuts. And I think he's putting his life before he's putting his life before money.
Yeah, it's
putting money before
crazy.
his life, which is just absolutely insane.
Bello has warned that such behavior could backfire, potentially leading to serious harm in the ring. He emphasized that boxing is a dangerous sport and that treating it like entertainment could have dire consequences. Bello also expressed concern over the trend of celebrity and YouTuber fights.
GOAT. What is bigger, Anthony Joshua and Jake Paul, Anthony Joshua, or Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury? And for me, it's absolutely clear what's bigger. It's Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua. Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua, I think, you know, you might throw to some Frank Smith comments in a minute, but Matchroom's Frank Smith, but that fight between Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua should not get in the way of Fury and Joshua, really, in my view. It's an absolute joke. It shouldn't be sanctioned. I really don't believe it should be sanctioned. I have a sneaking suspicion that it would be a very big fight. But the biggest thing is us rubbernecking to actually see if they do get to the point where they step in the ring together. Because Jake Paul's an area-level fighter, a British area-level fighter, and Anthony Joshua is still a killer and a live heavyweight. That should not be sanctioned anywhere in the world, in my view.
It's dangerous, mate.
Very dangerous.
It brings the sport into disrepute.
Suggesting that it could harm the reputation of boxing if things go wrong, Rogan has consistently lauded Joshua for his exceptional physique and athleticism. On his podcast, Rogan has remarked that Joshua possesses a superhero-like build, highlighting his impressive physical attributes and strength. Rogan's admiration underscores the dedication Joshua has shown in maintaining peak physical condition, which has contributed to his success in the boxing ring.